Alright guys, I just wanted to take a video for you to give an explanation of the basic obedience that Elle knows, how to reinforce it, and some of the concepts that I use to teach it to her, and where we're at today. So it's going to be all basic. We're going to start on the short leash. We'll probably move to the long line to show you the difference. No e-collar right now. She doesn't have it on. I'm just teaching you guys how to do the basics with her on the leash. So she knows a handful of commands. When I give her a command, I make it nice and loud and clear and pronounced. Sit down, here, with me. You know, obviously, so she hears it. And if she doesn't perform the command very quickly, give or take a second, then I immediately give her her marker word, which means that she's made a mistake, which is N-O. And I follow that with a leash pop. Depending on what I'm doing, if it's a sit, it's going to be a leash pop straight up. If it's a down, leash pop down or to the side. If it's the with me, it's going to be in the direction of me. If it's the here, it's going to be towards me, is going to be the leash pop. So the direction of your leash pop is important. I'm going to give you a quick demo and kind of show you as we go along. So I'm going to give her the command. She's got about a second to respond. With the here in particularly, I'll actually give her less than a second. I want that one to be as snappy as possible. Here. Sit. So here, she just needs to come to my general area close enough so I can touch her. But I do like her to finish with a sit or a down, so sometimes I'll tell her, and that's got her doing it more automatically now. She should stay in this sit, even as we move around and do different things if I walk away, until she hears her release word, which I'll give to her in a moment. If she makes the mistake, I need to mark the mistake as it happens with my N-O, and then as soon as possible, I need to come in with my leash pressure. Free. Good girl. So there's our release word. And free means, obviously, she is allowed to be released from the obedience command, and she's technically free within the boundary of good behavior. So still, we don't allow leash pulling, we don't allow jumping, behaviors like that. Here. Good. So you'll see, as she comes to me, I also like to gather the leash slack so that when she's with me, it's nice and under control. With me. So look at the leash. There's a loop in the leash. A loop of leash slack. The leash is never tight. Good. Very good. And she's got to stay within the boundary of that leash. Notice I say the word, or the two words, and then I immediately kick my left foot out and start moving. If you say with me and just hang out here, you're going to end up having a stare down because she's waiting for you to make a move, you're waiting for her to make a move. So it's always with me, and then we go without hesitation. She follows you, you're the leader. With me. Nope. With me. So she got right out ahead of me. She saw my camera gal. Good. With me. And she should sit here as I make left turns, as I make right turns. And the leash should feel very loose. It should barely feel like I have a dog with me. Nope. With me. Nice. Free. Good girl. So the mistake she made there is as I came to a stop, she got way out ahead of me. She was about to sit in front of me like this, which isn't the end of the world, but it's also not what I want. So I tell her it's not what I want by marking the moment she got out of line with the word N-O, helping her fix it with the leash, doing another short repetition, and the moment she got it perfect, free. That's what she's working for, is a little bit of freedom. We're gonna bust out the ball in a little bit. I'm gonna show you the game we play and how you can use it to also work on the behaviors and work on reinforcing them. But she's gotta learn that when we give her the command, whether we have a reward for her or not, she's gotta perform. So that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna do a nice, kind of lengthy round of obedience without her receiving any reward other than physical praise and the word free, which is her favorite word. Come on up. Place. girl. So place is going to be to get onto any surface, preferably lay down. If she doesn't lay down right away, I just tell her to down, and then I reinforce the down with the leash if she needs me to. But yeah, this is what we use primarily, are these raised cots. You could use a dog bed. You could use really anything that has some borders to it that she can fit on. I'll do these walk around just as a bit of a distraction to throw her off. I'm going to start adding in a little bit of distraction to test her so that she starts to make some mistakes and so that you guys can see me fix those mistakes. One thing I'll also do is I'll intentionally create tension on the leash. Good place. So typically we want her to move with the leash, right? And we don't want her resisting the leash. But when we give her an obedience command like place, she's actually supposed to ignore everything else, good girl, and hold position regardless of what the leash is telling her to do, and just focus on what I'm telling her to do. So the leash is literally telling her to get off, but my voice command, place, overrides all of that. Free. Good girl. Good girl. And you can get a little playful with her in between reps too. You know, this is rewarding for her. You know, oftentimes with dogs, more than treats or even toys sometimes, is just having a playful interaction, letting her know she's done a good job. Down. Good girl. So again, I'm gonna move around. Lila. Nope. Down. So notice I mark the mistake with the word, and I go for the leash as quickly as I can, and I immediately put pressure on her back into the original position she was. We don't want her fixing the down over here or over there. We want to bring her back to that original position, because then she's going to realize that she can get away with certain things, or even get closer to her desired destination by breaking the down and fixing it, and breaking the down and fixing it. So I got to the leash as quickly as I could. I put pressure on her back to position, pulled her down, gave her a couple firmer pops towards the ground. Lila. And then we're going to run that again and see if she learned from that mistake. Good girl. Good job, Elle. Free. Nice. And you should see that explosiveness when she hears that word. She loves that word very much. Good job, Elle. Then we have our up command. Elle, up. Which we use to get her in the car, on the different surfaces. Same rules apply. I should be able to now walk away. Hey girl. And all that kind of stuff that makes her want to move with me. Because I gave her that verbal command of the up, that overrides anything I do out here. Free. Good girl. Down. Good girl, Elle. Let's try that leash pressure drill again. This is all stuff you guys are going to practice at home, even after her board and trained. Good. So she has to really concentrate not to move with the leash here. Even if I'm pulling her. Good. There you go. Free. And I always release her at different times. Sometimes it's right after I pet her. Sometimes I pet her and wait a few seconds. You don't want to do it the same time every time, or she's going to start anticipating and just releasing herself. Now I'm going to add the long line. To give us more distance. Free, Elle. Free, girl. But same rules apply. Once you're kind of working with her, she likes to stick with you. So it's not always the best opportunity to work on the recall. I do most of our recall work when she's just been free and she's distracted and she's doing different things. I'll give you a little example if she'll leave me alone. I'll actually make her leave me alone. Elle, up. Nope. Up. So she hesitated there to sniff the leash, marked it with a no, gave her the leash pops. Now I'm going to create some separation. And what you don't want to do is hang out here looking ready to recall her and then recall her every time, because again she's going to anticipate and she's just going to start jumping the gun. So sometimes I walk out to the end of the line and then I just come right back in and praise her. Good girl though. Very nice. Nope. Up. Good. See, that was a little test. Get her a little roused, get her excited, get her worked up, run away. Nope. Up. I'm gonna follow through with that leash pop the next time if she makes the same mistake. This isn't a picture that we worked on, her being up here, me running away from her. So this is new, but this is good. You guys are able to see her make different mistakes. Good, up, Elle. Very good. Here. Free. Nice. Nice. And what having the long line allows me to do as well is drop the leash, because I know that if she is disobedient or she tries to get away with something, I can grab the leash from more of a distance and reinforce the obedience. So I cannot have it in my hand. Down. Good, and if she would have hesitated or if she would have blown me off, I could have then went right for the leash at a different length. Free! Free! Yeah, girl. Sit. Nope. Pressure. Pops. Sit. Good. Good. No. Sit. Good. Nice, Elle. Good girl. Nope. Pressure. Pop. Sit. Good. So we know what we need to work on. She struggles with these fast movements going by her, especially after I pet her. This is tough. This is tough for a young dog like her who gets super excitable. But this is the stuff you guys want to work her on in these sessions you do at home, because it's going to prepare her for the real world, real life scenarios. Free. Good girl. When this kind of stuff occurs and you need her to be still, you need her to be in command. Very nice. Now when I do the with me, I like to just throw the rest of the leash behind me. You can reel it up with me. You can do that if you want, but I'll just grab the leash where I would normally have it if it was a different leash, and then sometimes you gotta whip the rest behind you. Nope, with me. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Nice. You see how she sits there? She should hold the sit just like any other command I give her. Nope. See, I marked the mistake. Pressure up. Sit. Pops. Good. That was tough. She almost made that. Nope. Nope. Pressure up. Sit. Good. And when we find something that she struggles with and she keeps making a mistake, we want to do it until we get it right so she can see and feel what a good rep looks like. Free. Good girl. Free. And praise her up for it. To really make a contrast in the feel of when she's getting it wrong and when she's getting it right. You know, when she makes a mistake, I'm slightly disappointed in her. You put pressure on her, make her do it again, over and over again, in that case a few times. And then the moment she gets it perfect, free, which is what she's looking for, we act excited, we act like we're proud of her. So she's like, has that light bulb moment, ding, ding, ding. This is what I gotta do to get that feeling of my handler, my owner, my person being excited and being proud of me versus, you know, being disappointed and you know, with me. So a little bit of an emotional component to that as well. Very nice, Elle. So I think that gives you a pretty basic understanding. You see, once we're doing a lot of obedience, she's just like ready for the next command. So I obviously didn't tell her to sit there, but she's kind of building this habit. Free, Elle, free. Good girl. And she's just kind of waiting for the next thing. We've been working for 10 or so minutes now. And I'm gonna reward her now with some play and show you how I can add a little bit of the obedience into play and what the overall flow of the game should look like. Ready? So that's her word. That means that we're getting started with our game. This game could be played with the Frisbee or the ball. She's not allowed to pursue this ball until I give her permission, which is the Y-E-S. Opposite of N-O, Y-E-S. Yes. Get it, girl. Get it, Elle. Good girl. Good girl, Elle.
Yogi. Go.
Elle, drop it. So, the rules of this game are she needs to hear Y-E-S in order to pursue the ball. That's giving her permission. She needs to grab it and she needs to return it to me. Not bounce around here and there, lay with it, chew on it. This is a cooperative game between me and her. You fetch it, you bring it back. You fetch it, you bring it back. And then the third rule is when I say drop it, you gotta drop it quick. So if she doesn't drop it quick, I'm gonna mark the mistake with N-O. And for this particular thing, I'm gonna coach you guys how to do this tomorrow during our lesson. But I give her a little jab on the groin, which makes her spit it out. And I reward her for spitting it out with my Y-E-S. Yes. And throwing the ball. Come on out. I encourage her to come to me. Drop it. Yes. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Drop it. Yeah. So she really, go get it, girl. She's really struggled with that a lot, which is when she drops the ball, if it bounces again, she likes to dart right after it, but that time she held back. Good girl, nice. Drop it. Like that, she likes to go back after it, but she's getting much better. Sit. Now this is tough. Is holding the obedience command after she's been chasing the ball. Yes! Good girl. So we start kind of slow. And I don't do too much of that during the game because it makes the game boring for her. I want the game to be very exciting and rewarding for her. Elle, drop it. Yes. Oh my gosh. Come on now. That girl. And sometimes she comes back and instead of asking her to drop it immediately, we just hang out for a little bit. I let her enjoy the ball. Drop it. Yes. Oh, that kick sucked. That kick sucked. You can't have too many of those sucky kicks or she gets real bored of the game. She starts finding her own fun. Drop it. Down. Yes. Nice. Nice, Elle. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Drop it. Ooh, she almost got an N-O on that one. I forgot to say my Y-E-S that time, too. You're going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. She's going to make mistakes. Out. Or drop it. No. Drop it. Hesitated too much for me on that one. So she's not allowed to get the ball until she hears Y-E-S. Yes. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. She used to also be terrible at finding the ball when it rolled down there, or she just want to screw around with it. She's gotten a lot better. She brings the ball back very quickly when she does find it. Nice! Good girl. That's important too, is when the ball gets stuck somewhere or it gets lost. Sometimes I give her a little bit of guidance if she's really struggling, but I don't move right in to help her and get the ball out of the woods or a tough situation. Because making her find it, hunt for it, use her nose, builds that skill set. It also builds her inner confidence, builds her resilience, her ability to kind of battle through stress a little bit. So you see, that time I didn't give her any guidance. I didn't show her where it was. I just had her hunt for it. And she feels a big sense of accomplishment when she gets it. She's extremely proud, and I praise her up for that. Here. Yes. When she first got here, she would not touch the ball if it went near that gutter. So that's really good to see. Come on. Just because she was nervous of the sound or the shape of the gutter, she was real hesitant. So that's what I mean about this stuff really building her confidence. I didn't help her with that at all. First few days, she would not touch the ball or the frisbee if it went by the gutter. Drop it. Yes. Get it, Elle. Or even sometimes if it got back into a corner like that, she was real hesitant. Oh, you're killing it, girl. Drop it. Good. Way to catch yourself. Ball's gonna go away for a moment. When I call her into the with me when she's in front of me, I use leash pressure to my left side. Elle, with me. Good. I needed those pops there because she wanted to go to the pocket. Good with me, girl. Good with me. And as she gets better and better at this, I'll be comfortable dropping the leash. With me. Come on. Yes! Right now she still needs the leash for most of the time with me. Drop it. With me. Let's see what she does. With me. With me. Nice. Almost. Almost. Yes! Now this is just me playing around. We've actually not worked at all with me without me holding the leash. Drop it. With me. Come on, with me. With me. Yes! So that'll take some time. Drop it. With me. Good. Yes! Now the reason I'm throwing it behind me there is because if she's anticipating me to throw it ahead of her, she's going to be constantly forging ahead in the position, which is already something she struggles with. So when I mark with the YES, I throw it behind me, so she's anticipating the reward to come behind me. With me. With me. Yes! So she's going to start to fall back more. Drop it. And you see, in contrast to how the session was at the beginning, where she was really getting no reward as far as me throwing the ball or any food, versus now where I'm rewarding her pretty much every rep is because we're doing something new. It's challenging for her. She's not going to have the attention span when learning something new to do it for a long time, and I'm rewarding very small incremental steps in the right direction. With me? With me? Yes! And we'll do one more. One out. Drop it. No. See how she held on to it there? We want it to be quick. You know, picture she picked up something in your house that was dangerous. You need her to drop it like that. That's why we deliver that consequence so quickly. Same thing with the recall. Elle, with me? Good. Yes! Good girl, Lila. Come on, Elle. Come on, Elle. So that's a demo of really just kind of the bare basics of what we've been working on. You'll always be able to reference this video back if you have questions about something when she gets home. Yeah, look forward to working with you guys tomorrow. Oh, one more thing is all done, which signifies that the game is over. So I don't let her hang out with this and chew on it too much or self-satisfy. It devalues the game that we play, the interaction that we have. The fact that this only comes out when she's engaging directly with me really helps with our bond, as well as the training in general. Again, we don't value things that we have access to all the time, that we don't have to work for. By making her work for not just the ball, but the game that we have, it builds a lot of value. You can see she loves it, she works for it, she has a lot of fun doing it, and you can see how me doing it with her builds our bond to the point where when we're just doing our obedience, I don't need a lot of rewards because, you know, we have that, we're tight like that. So all done signifies that the game is over, and then I either pop the ball in my pocket or I put it back in the toy bin.
Yeah, please.
Here's another challenge. We're playing with Yogi. Come on now. Down.
Down.
No.
Sit.
Down.
Good job, buddy. Come on.
Another thing we work on after our training session
What, Yogi, Frank?
is her relaxing while more exciting things go on. So she's still dying to chase this ball, but I told her to down. I've got my leash ready to reinforce if she makes a mistake.
Oh boy. Good job, buddy.
Very nice, Elle.
Nice. Out. Spin. Yes.
Where'd he go, Elle?
Come on, Yog. Find that ball, buddy.
Free. Here. Nice.
Good boy, buddy. Good
Sit.
boy.
Nice, Elle. With me? Good, with me. Very nice.
Good boy. Wow, nice.
Now, with me. Sit.
Boy.
Very good.
Good job, buddy.
Elle. Elle, place. Down. Very nice. Very nice.